What up? What up? Thank you guys for joining in today. I am BK back with another banger. Today I'm answering I was speaking with the homie Showtime recently, and he was saying that he was having some difficulties using the Presonus Hub tuner in Ampire. He's running into the issues where he's not really understanding how to tune the 808. He's using contact. I'm like, why are you tuning the 808 in contact if it's an instrument? Because, you know, when you use contact or Omnisphere or Nexus or any one of these VST instruments, usually the sounds are already tuned and it stretches across the actual key bed. So I was a little bit confused on that part, but he was basically saying he was trying to tune the sounds using Ampire. So with this, I'm going to use Ampire's tuner, but you can follow along with any tuner that you have. Again, when we're using the MPC software or the MPC standalone units, there's no actual tuner such as a Ampire, right? There's the tuner as far as the semi and fine, we can tune here, or if you go to sample edit, we have tune, and you can tune your sounds here, right? But the thing with tuning it like this, right? You have that 808 sound. And sometimes when you get a 808 or any sound from a sample pack, the good sound designers would tag the sound, right? Like this has 808 G#1 attached to it. So it automatically tells me and let me know that, hey, this 808 sound is in the key of G. So if you go up one, you'd be going to what's that? A, right? I might be completely wrong, but I believe it's A in this particular situation. Or since it's G#, if you go down -1, it'll be G, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how I use it, and you can use it in a similar fashion. So we're gonna start with the 808, since the 808 was what he was using. Again, he was using contact. I'm not gonna use contact. I'm gonna use a Keygroup. All right, so I'm gonna load in this 808. It's in the key of G. I'm gonna go to play middle C, which is C3. This is what I was trying to explain to him. Whenever you're tuning a sound in any DAW, you want to, and you're in a sampler, you want to hit middle C. So C3 is middle C across all platforms, right? So this particular key is saying that it's G#1. So I'm going to open up Ampire. So Ampire is telling me that it's G#0. I was told here that it was G#1. Now I'm gonna check with mixing key. It's telling me that it's A flat minor or G minor. All right. So now I'd go back into sample edit, and I change this to G#. So now we know where we have it over there in G#. We want to change this to, it's saying G#0. So I change it to G#0. So now, as you can see, when I hit C3, it's telling me that I'm hitting C3. Now, the other part is, so you want to go through your banks, right? You want to go through your banks, find the bank that the actual sound is in. In this particular case, it's G#0, so that is in bank C, and it's pad A1, right? And this is how we tune it. So in this particular tuner, the differences and frequency pops up here, right? On the tuner itself. You have negative CT and plus 50 CT, right? You can use the calibration tool here, but I don't use it because I'm not gonna always have this on every sound. But how I use it is I look and see where this is actually hitting at, and it's telling me there's a difference of between negative 18 and negative 23. So I go back to, I'm still in program edit, and I go to semi and fine. Because this is a key group, I won't use the semi and fine on the sample. I use a semi and fine on the entire key group, right? I'm not going to go into the numbering key groups and stuff like that. But if you did have sample layers on this, you would want to tune each layer individually. So again, this is saying negative between 18 and 23. So I'd go to the fine, not semi, because if you move semi, that's going to change the octave. I want to keep it at G#, but I want to center it. I want to get it to strobe in the middle. I need it to be green, right? So I'd go to the fine, and it says negative 23. So I'd go up to, I start at 18. And as you can see, the green is moving closer to that middle line. So you could go up slow or as fast as you want. So right around here, it's hitting and it's centering. Sometimes it's not going to be as accurate, but right around there is where we want it to be. And then when you hit the strobe, so now put this on mono, and as you go up the key bed, it pretty much tells you the exact key that you're in. And you're not going to be completely centered all the time, but you want to be as close in the green as possible. So we got that 808. I'm going to do one more with you. So now we got I brought in a piano sound. And sometimes you're going to have these sounds that when you actually hit middle C and you're using something like Ampire, it's going to tell you multiple sounds, right? So that's why I use mixing key as a reference to basically let me know, okay, Ampire is strobing between several different sounds, but mixing key is basically telling me the dominant key is F#, right? So I use that, and then I also will probably use song key to let me know, okay, the dominant sound is F#. So what I basically use this now is to know the number. So I'm gonna say it's F minor. But the tricky part now is actually what what octave is it hitting at, right? So I'm gonna say this is it looked like it's going between 0 and 2. So I'm gonna do F sharp 2. So now I'm hitting middle C, but it's not actually hitting the C3. So I'm gonna go back down to F sharp 1. All right, so now I'm in the key of C. All right, so now you want to get it centered. It's somewhat centered. Well, it's you know, bobbling a little bit, but we want to get it in the green. All right, it look like that's the closest that we're actually gonna get it. This organ sound, I'm hitting C3, middle C, and it's telling me that it's F4. Check with mixing key, clear it, and it's telling me F major. All right. So now I go into sample edit and put it on F major. Go back to program edit, saying F4. Go down to octave 4. Now when I hit C3, it's telling me it's actually C3, right? So now I go through my banks and I go to, so I'm in bank E, and I'm gonna verify that. Right here you can see it say F4. Here you can see it say F4. And that's the actual sample sound. So I go back in to program edit. What I want this object to be centered and be green. So it's telling me between 15 and 35. So I could just go to 15, negative 15. See, it brings it a lot closer. If I go to 35, I'm all the way over here. So I go back to 15, right? And it brings me a lot closer. I go down to 14, 13, 12. So between 10 and 12, negative 10 and 12 is where it's at. Put this on one shot. All right, so negative 9 is where it's at. And again, you're not going to be perfect every time. You just got to use your ear, basically. You got to use your ear with some of these. So I'd like to use the rest of this time that I have here, now that I showed you guys that, if you don't mind, I'd like to just make something off the whim. It might not be the best work, but it's gonna be work nonetheless. All right, but that's pretty much how you use any tuner, right? Whatever tuner you're using, you use the elements that it provides you. Such as Ampire, we have that center, and once you get the green to center, then you're pretty much in the money. All right, so do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, and light. Till next time, for those of you that want to see the cook up, you can remain to the end of the video, but that's enough of me talking. I'm gonna get the banging. Hold up.